shot on Sunday. Yeah, we shot on Sunday. So Saturday we got off, and I remember the first week, Wayne and me and Thomas went to Niagara Falls. That's one of the reasons why my neck got hurt, is because we didn't rest. And then we got 2 days off for Canada Day, and that was it.
That's right.
That was all we got.
We actually went out to a friend of Dave's, and had a nice R&R, nice 1st of July party at Dave's. I mean, I went out. I think I go to a week or two earlier. Went tubing down the river with Dave. Oh yeah, sorry. That was the day before I had the elimination challenge against Dan. We were playing beach volleyball and just hanging out and having good times. I mean, and that's the relationship of the 2 through 8, right? Is we are all friends at the end of the day, and we just have fun competing against one another. It doesn't need to get heavy.
No, it doesn't.
So what was that with Carrie standing up at the back?
Can't tell you.
Can't say. That's a question for next week.
Oh.
Can't tell you. Okay, I didn't know that. I had no idea. Anyway, so we'll tell you a little bit about our microphones. I'll talk about, actually I'll let Wayne tell you about how they rig the guys first, and then I'll tell you how they rig the girls.
Well, they have some pretty sticky stuff when it comes to microphones to keep them on you when you sweat and all these things. So, first they're like, okay, here's some undershirts. And it's like, oh, it's going to be hot out. I don't want to wear an undershirt. I mean, the t-shirt's going to be bad enough. And they're like, okay, your choice. If we're going to stick the microphone right here, that you could see a little bump right in the center of our chest. That's where they'd stick the microphone. And they said, you don't have to wear the undershirt, but we're just going to stick it to your bare skin. And if you want that, we recommend that you shave your chest first. Because if you don't, it'll be very neatly stripped off when they pull the microphone out. So they kind of just showed it to our arm. That stuff is incredibly sticky. We were thankful for the undershirts. So was Thomas, actually.
So every know-it-all has a waist pack. It's Velcroed on, and there's a transmitter in the back, and then there's a wire that goes up like this, up to the microphone part. But for the girls, we had our undershirts, and they had a hole cut in the side. And what they did was, our microphone was right here, but it was on the inside because of our girl parts. And so it was on the inside, and so every day rigging the microphones, the sound guys had to get a little familiar, which wasn't bad, but still it was a little bit weird. But that's the microphones, and you can see them, watching the show again, you'll see little bumps on both me and Sabina and on the guys, and that's the microphones, and you'll see the packs. And sometimes you can even see the wires, especially in the wind. So there you go. So that's how the microphone is. That's how you can hear us and when we're just talking. And you can also tell when it's fallen, because then you can't hear. Like I know in one challenge it fell, Wayne's fell, and you couldn't hear him at all. And they had to, give the subtitles, right? So yeah.
And they would have, because they're wireless mics, they would have these little towers and funky looking mesh antennas that were just situated around the area that would pick it up and wire it all in. There was a sound guy who would have an actual pack on him that would be registering the sound levels, and they'd be adjusting on the go. And those poor sound guys, whenever we accidentally hit our chest, you just hear them grab their ears and just be like, it hurts. Because it hurts. Oh, so everybody, just again to illuminate the friendship between us, in our extensive time in the green rooms, we had things to do and we would share, right? And so Dave had picked up the hobby of actually making chainmail, and which is actually quite an arduous task. And so he actually made us each a necklace of chainmail and leather, just to signify us being there. And I mean, it probably took him about an hour per piece at least. So you gotta kind of like someone to do that. So Carrie was not there at the time when he started making them. Carrie was gone. In fact, in short order
But they didn't let us wear them.
No, they didn't because of the
It made sound.
This would be the sound for the poor sound guys. Yeah, they didn't like that.
Even
my cross. You can see that I wear my cross necklace in the show. They actually taped the charm to the necklace so it wouldn't slide, because that would interfere with the microphone as well. So it was actually gum taped together, but I still was able to wear it. Crazy. So we spent a lot of time together. That's why these people are so close. We're all close, all of us together, which is, well, the remaining 8. That's sort of who we classify.
She's not that bad.
Thanks,
Wayne, we live with her.
Exactly.
So when we went into the green room, Dave was doing his chainmail, and he was also teaching us how to do Rubik's Cubes. The flat screen TV broke, and
Yes.
you guys fixed it? Or tried to fix it? Tried to fix it?
No tool.
Anyway, yeah. And we also had a handler. Just somebody had asked, they said, how does, they saw my list up here. I had a list of all the hotel rooms that we were all in, because, you know, if we wanted to call one of the other know-it-alls, I would have their list, and somebody said, who's Tracy? Well, Tracy was the handler. She was our liaison who was staying at the hotel with us. She transported with us. She was on set with us. If I needed my hat or we needed water, Tracy would make sure that we got that. And I think she's a 55-year-old gal. She's just a cute, awesome woman. She's in the television industry. She's done Dancing with the Stars and Canada's Next Top Model and a bunch of other things that she's highly involved with. And so, like, when I got hurt with my neck, Tracy was the one that I called, and so she's the one that took care of it. Anyway, we called her Mama T because she was sort of our mom. That was the handler part of it.
And they initially wanted to get a person to fill that role that was probably about 23, and I think we would have eaten them alive. But we couldn't get anything past Mama T. So
No.
She kept us in our place. It was good.
Yes, she did.
She was a wonderful lady.
Talk about dinners.
Well, dinners, yeah. We spent actually quite a bit of time going to one place, a nice little Irish pub. There. But we come back, and it did start the first week, and it actually started off with you, me, and Thomas.
Yeah.
Going, the first place we went to was London. And